Hello.
Yes, hello. Able to hear me?
Shashank,
Yes.
yeah, can you just show me how like we join with the date table and create like date columns for each date?
It's very simple. You have to join with the date table basically by using one of the date column. For example, you can see uh, we have here revenue and date table, right? Right click and you can select physical diagrams. Then just select the join condition between those two tables. Here I'm selecting order date and calendar date. Then whatever the columns you wanted, you can pull into the BM layer and you can pull into presentation layer.
But what if we have two dates column in our fact table?
We have to
Then
cross check which table we have to, as per the business. We should prefer as per the business. So we should check which table. Like example, they will ask us to populate year in the dashboard. Okay, that year is from which date column? That particular date column we have to join.
but if we have to like show year column for both the date columns,
Then we need definitely you should join twice. One with order date,
okay.
the other you have to take the alias twice. One you can consider for order, the other one you can consider for shipment date. Example, in the dashboard they are asking us to populate the year of the two date column, order year and shipped year. Then you should have timetable, you should take alias twice. Alias one you should join with order date, alias two you can join using shipment date.
But then there will be like multiple joins.
Only one join per table, right? You are considering two separate tables, right?
No, in one fact table, I have two date columns.
वो डिस्टरबेंस आ रहा, मुझे नहीं समझ रहा. Like
पिन
you,
कर रही हूँ.
so if you are having two multiple columns in a fact table and you want of columns for all the date, example you have date like 3-4 columns you have, but we should check with the business user whether he wanted year, quarter, month for all those date columns. Then for each date column you should join with every separate dimension. For order date you should join with example alias time alias 1, and shipment date you should join with time alias 2. Like that, how many date columns are there, those many time dimension you have to create an alias. But for every date column we don't display that at report level. All the date columns we don't display, only business user will tell us whether they wanted shipment columns, then we should join with the shipment date to the time alias. If we wanted order also, then order date we will join with the time alias. So is that clear, Mona?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear whatever I answered?
Yes.
So today let us see variables concept and the security concept using the variables. So there are two types of variables in the RPD global level. We have seen once a dashboard prompt level variable, which is called presentation variable. Already we covered during the dashboard prompt section. So one variable already we covered, and that variable, the scope is only at the dashboard level. The place in which dashboard you define the presentation variable, only in that dashboard you can utilize. But whereas we have few more variables, one is repository, the other one is session, that we define in RPD, and we can utilize that across entire OBIEE. Okay. For example, you created a variable called year. That year variable, either you can use as a filter or wherever you wanted, you can use. The scope is like across OBIEE, anywhere you can use that. So, but those variables we have to create in RPD. So you have to open your RPD, then you can find manage variables. This is a place where we create the repository and session variable. And Repository is having two types, static, dynamic. Session is also having system, non-system. First, let us see what is the difference between repository variable and session variable. Okay. Session variable is bounded to a session. Example, the value will be assigned to a session variable using a select statement. The value will be assigned to a static variable manually, like a equal to 1, b equal to 2. How you will assign value? The same way here, it's a static fixed value. It doesn't change until or unless you are modifying it. Dynamic variable you will get through a select statement. For example, you executed a select statement called select sysdate from dual. Example, I am executing this select statement, select sysdate from dual. Kindly tell me whether this will provide the same value every day. Example, today it provided 13 November 2021 and the time is 1:35. After 15 minutes, it will provide the time as 1:40, 1:50. Am I correct or not? Then after 1 hour, it will be again 2:35. So every minute, every second, the value, whatever provided by this select statement, it changes. Is that clear? The value provided by the select statement, it changes. Then
Yeah.
when does that select statement will execute? Okay. Example, your session variables. The variable you will get a value to a session variable when you execute the select statement associated to it. That select statement will be executed and that value will be refreshed, will be passed to the variable. Whenever you log out and log in, all the session variable will be refreshed. It will get the value from the select statement. Once you log out, then variable will not have any value. It is bounded to a session. Example, uh, you are trying to build the security. Okay, take an example of banking website. When you log in, you will see only your account details. When I log in, I will see my account details. Then how this is happening? Why? Like example, we both are trying to log into the same Axis Bank or whatever SBI, SDFC, whatever the banking app. We are using the same app. We are not using a separate app. Like for each customer, they are not building the new app. It's like same app, same process. We are logging, but when you use the login as Mona, you are getting your account details. When I use my username, then I am getting my account details. How this is happening? They are not building separate reports or separate dashboards for both of us. For both, it is the same. For every customer, it will be a common report. Okay, mini statement is a common report. Then how your data is showing for you and my data is showing for me? This is called security. So the select statement, whatever executed for you, your username will be passed input and you will get your name. Basically, your details you will get through that select statement. And when I executed, we both are trying to log in at a time. We both are trying to log in at a time. For Mona perspective, we are not creating a separate variable. We have only one variable to pass it as a filter. The report purpose is when Mona logins, Mona should see only her data. When I log in, I should see only my data. For this purpose, we should not create separate variable. One variable login username should capture in that variable. Then if both are trying to log in at a time, how can variable store both values? So repository will be common for everyone. It will be common for everyone. For you and for me, it cannot store individual values. Whereas session, it is bounded to a session. When you are trying to log in, when I am trying to log in, system establishes a separate session for both of us. Okay, as the session variables are bounded to a session, for your session, the variable will have a value, whatever the security needed, whatever the select statement we have written. And for me, whatever the select statement giving the output, that value will be holded by the variable. Same variable will hold a different value as per the session. If Mona logins, variable will have Mona. If session logins, my variable will have my value. and both are trying to log in, but system is giving as a separate session for both of them. Same variable, it holds two separate values as it is bounded to the session. In your session, you will have the variable as variable value will be Mona. In my session, the same variable will have the value called session or whatever it is. Is that clear? That's the reason, sir, for security perspective, we should use session variable. If you use repository variable, it is not bounded to a session. Repository variable is not bounded to a session. For example, we have written security purpose repository variable. Then what happens? Once the Mona is captured in that variable, then Mona will be common for everyone. I will see your data, everyone will see your data. Is that clear? That's the reason repository variables are not bounded to a session. They are not bounded to a session. Once the select statement is executed, whatever the value comes, it will store in that variable and it will be the same for everyone. That's the reason we don't use repository variable. It is common. So when we choose repository variable, not for security purpose, when you have common example in mathematical formula, we use variables like a, b, c. We assign a value to a, b, c. When we do that, whenever you want to use the same value in multiple steps, why we have to repeat that value? We will assign that value to a variable and we use that variable instead everywhere to avoid the repetition of the value. So modification becomes easy. The same way, example, I have 10 connection pools. In all 10 connection pools, I have common name called username. If I want to change the username, then all 10 connection pools I have to change. My username is BA sample or my username is DWH or whatever the username I have. I'm using in 10 connection pools, same username password. Now, if I want to modify, I have to go all 10 connection pools and I have to modify. In this case, instead you can assign that value to a static variable. Why? Because this value doesn't change. It's a fixed value, DWH. You can assign that to a static variable, repository. Here session is not required because it is common for everyone. It is bounded to a connection pool, not to a session. So we can create a variable and we can assign that DWH or whatever I will use and to that. And that variable we can use in all the connection pools. If you want to modify, need not to go to the connection pool, just modify the variable value. Just modify the variable value. Is that clear? So static and example, you have a currency filter or location filter, sorry, language filter. You have example, language filter, where your table is a multi-language. For every language, you will have one row. If you straightforward display, what happens? Example, you have done a sales to a particular customer, around 5,000 rupees sales you have done. The same 5,000 sales, whatever you have done, whenever multi-language is enabled in your company, the same value it will repeat for how many languages it is enabled, those many times it will repeat 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Now, if you don't filter for language, then what happens? The single sales 5,000. If there are 5 languages, it will show 25,000, which is a wrong value. Cartesian join will happen. So language filter should be passed. So basically our OBIEE reports, we always show in US language. Until or unless it is Middle East countries, they want to see the data in Arab language. Am I correct or not? Arabic language they want to see. So most of the cases it is US language. So based on login user wise, what his region belongs to, based on that the language variable should refresh. Then we go for repository variable. Or the language filter is common, language equal to US. That is a filter common across all the reports and it is not going to change anytime. It's a fixed filter. Then don't go for dynamic, go for fixed. Language equal to US, you just pass the value. Then use that language filter across all the reports to pass it as a filter or across the data models. Wherever you want to pass the filter as language equal to US, then create a variable, then that variable you pass, like language column equal to variable, language column equal to variable. So in future, if you want to change US to some other language, then we do not to modify all the report, just you can go to the variable and just change the value. That's all. It will reflect for across all data models wherever you utilized this filter. Is that clear? So whenever you have some filters, basically common filters across multiple places, then that filter we assign to a variable, and that variable we use. Instead of passing the value to the field, we will pass variable to the field. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are few places where you want to pass current year dynamical as a filter. Today is 31st December 2021. Tomorrow it will be 1st Jan 2022. So today when you are running the report, example, today's date is not 31st December, but I am giving an example. For example, think that we are on 31st December 2021. So today when you are running the report, year should be passed as 2021. And tomorrow is Jan 1st 2022. So when you run the report, 2022 should be passed as a filter value. Year equal to 2022. This should happen dynamically. If you pass manually year equal to 2021, then what happens? Every year on the New Year day, you should modify all the reports and you should change that year equal to 2022. Every report you have to modify this. Instead, you can create a variable and you can populate that value to a variable by using a select statement. You can create a select statement to get the current year. Sysdate always provides current date. Now from this, you can extract the year like this. If it is a Oracle, then you can use to_char function, then yy to extract year from a date. This select statement always provides the current year. Today, what year we are? 2021. Tomorrow, if we are in 2022, this select statement dynamically without any modification, it provides 2022. Now, this select statement we can use and we can populate the data to dynamic variable. Why? Because the data has to come from a select statement which changes second to second dynamically. Am I correct or not? Every second it may change the value whenever it is based on a select statement. Is that clear? So whenever you want a value to get from a select statement, which should decide based on some execution, then we go for dynamic variable. When you want to pass the fixed value, that's static variable. When it comes to the security example, you have built a region-wise report, which is showing sales, okay, sales data. When you are going for marketing company, a sales company, sales people want to see their sales data basically. When a person has login, what sales he has done in the current month. We cannot create a separate report for each salesperson. So, we don't want to show one salesperson data to other salesperson because of security. In those cases, you can achieve that by using session variable. For each user, what is his salesperson name? That we have to maintain one table. Then we can write a select statement to get that select salesperson name from table name where user equal to login user. The person who were login, automatically salesperson will be fetched from the table and it will pass to our session variable. This select statements, we maintain the table for each user what salesperson he is, for each user which location he belongs to, for each user what country he belongs to. User wise, if you want any security to be built, then you should have a table, each user what he is. You want to build region wise security, then each user which region he belongs to, you should have a table. Then we can write a select statement to get the data for a login user, what region he belongs to. That value we will capture in the session variable. Is that clear? Let's see one example, then you will understand very clear. Let me try to open few dashboards. I'm not sure whether we have dashboards. Long back we have developed, right? Here you have a year, you can see. So when I open the dashboard here, I should get a dynamic value 2021, or we are in 2022, then dynamically I should get 2022 as a default value. They're asking that. When I open the dashboard here, I should get a default value. Current in which year we are, that year we should get the default value. Here we use repository variable. Why? Because it is not bounded to a session. Every person in the company will have same year called 2022. It may changes day by day. Today it may be 22, tomorrow it may be 23. Am I correct on it? It may change every day, but it is common to everyone. In those cases, we go for repository variable. And in repository, again, we have two options, static, dynamic. Static is a fixed value. It doesn't change. Okay, dynamic is the value which changes based on the select statement when it is getting executed. Okay, now go for variable, and here you can see repository, and you have two variables, static, dynamic. Okay, let me create the dynamic variable, new repository variable called current year, which is called current current year. Then how to get the value? From initialization block, but we did not yet created the initialization block. We are creating the variable, but here we should select the initialization block. That means which select statement, basically select statement we don't write directly in the variable, we write that inside the initialization block. There is an interview question, what is the purpose of init blocks or initialization blocks? Initialization blocks purpose is we write the select statement, and that select statement value we populate to a variable. So that's the reason which initialization block you want to link this variable, that we have to select here, but we did not create a single initialization block yet. Okay, now what is the default value? When the select statement is errored out, then the variable will be empty. So in that cases, you want some default value to be passed for an identification. So I am passing 1910. 1910. If it is a character, pass it in is a single quotation, otherwise you can. Initialization variable must be assigned to initialization block, but right now we don't have. So let's create the initialization block. This one. Initialization block purpose is only to write a select statement. That's all. New initialization block, and provide the here. This purpose is to get the calendar dates. So I'm writing the initialization block purpose, calendar related information. So just I'm providing this select statement always provides the data related to calendar related information. So that's the reason naming conventions I want to maintain. And if it is belongs to a particular company, you can write the company abbreviation also like this. Few people follow. Otherwise, you can just create the name. Okay. Then here, this is a place where you write the select statement. Which database? Okay. Data source. Okay, where you want to execute this? I want to execute this, whatever I want to write here, right? Whatever I'm writing, I want to execute in a database. Which database it is? So we have to select the connection pool. Why? Because here we cannot provide the database details. Already our database details are present in the connection pool. Just you can browse and select the connection pool, relevant connection pool. Then whatever the select statement you have here, just you can copy and you can paste. Click on OK. If you want to test that whether it is working or not, test it. As I don't have any variable yet, it's showing empty. Now, either you can assign the variable from here, or you can click on OK. You can click on OK. Then go to dynamic variable, create the variable, current year. Then select the value. Select the initialization block. If you want any default, if the initialization block is failed to execute, then this default value you will get. Okay. Right click properties. You can see the column, first column is passing the value to a variable called here. Like that, you want current quarter also. Current quarter. So this is current year. So write an alias name for identification. Okay. So this is the select statement. We always follow the standards to write the select statement. We always do this. Like this, we have to write. We should not write the select statement in a single line. Then comma. Then what you wanted, current quarter. And I wanted a YY, which extracts the data in this format. What happened? I provided a comma, which is wrong here. And alias name should be quarter. Q indicate it extracts what quarter, which quarter this particular date belongs to. YYY indicates year. So I wanted quarter. If I show 1, 2, 3, 4, then which year we will be confused. That's the reason I want to show both. Okay. And you want to show month also, then write month also. What are the variables you want? Everything you can write in a single select statement. Like this. And you want date also to be captured. Then sys date. Basically for date, you have current date. So we will not do that. We have a current date. Already we have a current date. So need not to capture that. Now this you can place the select statement. You can place inside the initialization block. This is initialization block. Either right click on properties or give a double click. It opens. This is the select statement we have to place. Click on edit data source and place the select statement. And this select statement will be executed in this connection pool. If you have any issue with this connection pool, this will not be executed, and variable also will not have value. In that cases, it will use default value. Clear? Now create few more variables. Current quarter. And initialization block should be. I did not select any default value, so no problem. It will be empty. Current month. Okay, we create successfully. So if you want me to show one more, I will show one more example. Don't worry. Go to OBIEE. Where is that? 1 second. Sorry, I came to a wrong place. Sorry. Manage variables. Yeah. First initialization.
Shashank, in my current project, there is this thing. They have created a URL variable, and they are using it like there is one, we say, landing page, and there are URL to each dashboard, relating to each dashboard. So whenever we do the migration, we change the URL in the RPD, and then it will point to, like, for dev, it should have dev URL, and for
what is the URL purpose is where you are populating that variable?
yeah. So it's on the landing
Home page. Okay, this home page and the purpose is this home
landing
page.
page where we have multiple dashboards in the landing page. One dashboard is like that.
What is landing page?
Landing page is the page where you have linked to all the dashboards of your project.
Got it, got it. It is nothing but they created a dashboard. Okay, I will tell you. They created a dashboard. Okay. Okay, I will tell you. Example dashboard list. Okay, and I am creating this inside finance temporarily. I want to show you. Let me see. Okay. Now action link. Maybe this is the one they are creating like this. You're talking about.
Yeah, it could be, but they have like created multiple analysis.
Multiple analysis, or it is navigating to dashboard? It is analysis.
Yeah, each analysis navigating to dashboard.
Yeah, this is the one.
In the analysis, they have like I can see that URL like a table. So as we see the table, when we go to analysis and we see the table there only I can see that URL is coming.
So this is the one. It navigates to the report.
Yeah.
Sorry, I navigated to my current page itself. So this is one way. Otherwise, you can display HTML hyperlink also.
No, it's not like that.
Okay. You can show me that how it is, then based on that we can decide basically. Okay, but if you want
Okay.
that also we can
Maybe in
achieve.
next class I will show you because
Yeah,
I have to like open the office lab.
yes, based on that I can explain you that.
Hmm.
Okay, now inside the dashboard level you can use that variables. For example, in the sales, as we created these variables. Okay, and save this. Now I did not upload this to the server yet. That means I don't have variable inside my server yet. So in that cases, it may, but I know the variable name, right? So I can place. Go to the prompt, go to the prompt. When you want the default value, when you want the default value instead of a filter, then you can go here. This is the year and the default value here. Default value section, you can specify the server variable and you can provide the variable. My variable name, I created it as current underscore year. You can see inside the rpd section, manage variables, current year. Okay, but right now I don't have this variable at uploaded to the server. Okay, so it is not showing anything. That was the reason. Okay, whether if you want to test that, there is one more way. You can open the dashboard. It should populate the value if you uploaded that to the server. I did not uploaded it. Okay, so it's showing empty. That variable doesn't have any, like it's not a variable yet. Now take any one of the subject area. Business model, you can select anyone. New analysis, you can select anything. And here take any one of the column, any one of the column, any column is fine. Edit formula. Here you have an option to display the variable. Ours is a repository variable, so write the name. To cross check whether your variable is available or not. Clear? My variable is not yet available. I did not upload the RPT to the server. I created it in offline mode. I did not create that in online mode. So offline mode, you have to upload the RPT to the server, then only variable will be available. This is clear. So if you are facing any issue with the variable, then you can cross check like this, whether the variable is available and what value it is showing that variable. You can cross check. Now let me upload that. I created that in 0309. So just let me upload that. I'm uploading using command based. It's uploaded. Okay. Okay. It's uploaded. Then what we have to do? Let's copy this. Administration. When you upload anything, either sign out or sign in or reload files and metadata. This will loaded the latest RPD. Now you see new analysis. Take any one of the subject area. Then you can take any one of the column. Edit this. And if you know the variable syntax, you can write directly value of repository variable. So the variable syntax is value of repository variable, or else if you don't know the syntax, then take the repository and paste it here. It displays value of the variable. You see now, click on OK. Now you did not get any error. Are you seeing? I did not get any error. What is the value design? Go to dashboard and see that whether you have the value now in sales dashboard. Why? Because I displayed that as a default value. So year, quarter, month, these are the columns where we display as a default value. Example, here I want the default value. Okay, my month is in this format. Okay. I have to populate the data in this format now. Let me check. Let me modify this and re-upload that. Month also should be in which format? YY and MON. Okay. So place the select statement YY MON. Okay. Hyphen. Okay. Now you see 2027 hyphen. First letter is capital, remaining are lowercase. So we have written only first three letters we wanted. So I have written only MON. Okay. Now I have to upload this again. Why? Because I did not provide the same format. Okay. Let me upload. Clear. Successful. Okay. Now go to sorry. Then you have to go to administration and you have to do reload files and metadata. Then go to your dashboard. Go to your dashboard. Then go to sales and month name, sales prompt. Just I want to change the default value of month name. For month name, I want to pass the default value. This is the month name. Here I want the default value. So we created a variable for that, not variable, server variable you take. Why? Because these are server variables, both repository and session. Okay. What is the variable name? Dynamic current month. Copy. Save this. It's clear or any confusion? And this is populating into default value as a default value inside the dashboard prompt. Or else you want to pass this as a filter to a particular report. You can edit the report whatever you have. Example, I have this brand category number of one report is there, right? This one. Let's edit this report. This report people are opening directly. There is no dashboard concept, but you want to pass the filters here. Then you can directly pass the filters. How you can pass? More columns. As I don't have any year here, so I'm just providing more columns. Then where is the year filter? Year should be passed. Do you have year column? Do we have that? No. Still you can get the year. I don't have any year column, but I can get the year from example ship date. Okay. And this is a date one. You can use year function to get year from the date. Now I got the year. I got the year. And manually you can write the value. You can select the values now. Now it will provide the data, 2008 data. Okay. But this is a fixed value. You want to pass this filter dynamically as there is no dashboard. Example, think that there is no dashboard, then we have to pass the filters to report itself. Then how to pass that value? Add more options. Repository variable. What is the variable name? And you want any default value? No, then leave it. Shift date equal to 200. Clear? So how we can pass this here, or you can pass inside a report RPD also. How to pass inside the RPD? Example, do we have any BA hierarchy? Okay. Yeah, this date table. I want to pass the filter here. Filters can be passed inside the LTS. Inside the LTS. This is the LTS of a table. Filters, if you want to pass inside the RPD, you have to pass that inside the LTS. You have to double click the LTS. Okay, here you can find where class. Whatever you are writing here, this appears in the where class. Basically, whatever you are writing here, it appears in the where class. Example here, what is the column name? Calendar year. I want the data always to be provided less than equal to current date. I cannot write the filter directly. Here I have the repository variable. Just select this. So I want the data till current year. I want the data till current year. So you can write the condition. So you have to go to the LTS. The column is present in which dimension table or which fact table, where exactly your column is present. We have to write the filter. Okay, to which column you want to write the filter. That column is present in which table here. That LTS you have to go. Then you can find content tab where you can find where class. Whatever you are writing here, it is appears in the where class of the query. So I have written now, I want the data only till current year. So that's the reason I don't want to show. Example, bookings. Bookings is the data where they will have so many advanced bookings. Like example, right now, EV vehicles are becoming famous, electronic vehicles, solar. They have the 1 year booking down the time. So there will be data for tomorrow, 1 year, 2022 also there will be data. So I want to show the data only till current year. Current year is 2021, then show only till 31st December 2021. I don't want to show next year data. That's the reason I'm writing the filter condition. Basically, we don't write that in RPD. Why? Because it will affect for all the reports using this data model dynamical. So when you want the filter to every report to get affected, then we should pass inside the RPD. But only for a particular report you wanted, then go and define the filter in the report. If the report is present in dashboard, then define it as a dashboard prompt also. A user can change the value. Clear? You can upload the RPD. So succeeded. Now what we have to either sign out and sign in or do reload metadata. What is the subject error name? BA hierarchy. Take the, yeah, click on results. How to know whether that filter is really got applied or not? How to know whether the filter is really got applied or not? Because the data itself in the table is having only till 2011. If you have the data for next year also, then if the report is showing only data till 2021, then you can understand, okay, it's working. But right now we don't have anything to test here. The data is not correct. It's a sample data. So in that cases, how to get the confirmation? Sorry, how to get the confirmation? You can check the backend query. You can check the backend query. This is the one which we run just now. Click on view log. Check the where class. I did not write any where filter inside the report. Just I pulled the year column. When I pulled the year column, dynamically I got the filter as less than or equal to 2021. So whatever the column you are pulling from that table, for all the reports, you will get that filter. Not only here, any column you are pulling in the report, you will get this filter. Why? Because you have defined this filter for a particular business model table inside LTS. Whatever column you are pulling in that table, dynamically you will get this filter. This is clear. So Mona, this is clear, or do you have any doubts? Mona, are you there? Mona, hello. Mona, are you there? Hello. Mona, hello. Let me know if you are able.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, Shashank, there was a call, sorry. You can continue.
You were listening to the class or
Yeah, I was listening.
okay? You
Just
got
I
this.
called.
Okay, you got this point. Year less than or equal to 1021.
No, can you repeat it?
Yeah. So inside the LTS, whatever the filter you have defined, that filter will come for every report, whatever you are developing using the data. So I have written, this is called where class. Basically, when you wanted a filter across all the reports using a data model, then that filter we define inside a business model. So where exactly on which column you want to write the filter, we should know that. Example, you want to write the filter on year column, then you should go for year where exactly it is present. You have to check. Year is present inside my date. So go to that date table, LTS. This is called logical table source. When you expand the table, you will get this source. Under that, you will get this LTS. If you double click, then you can find content tab where you will see where class. So here I have written year less than or equal to current date. Just go to the expression builder. If you don't want year, if you want it a different column, then you can select the different column. Example, per name year. I want to write the filter on per name year. So select this, select entire. Okay, remove this stuff. Okay, year less than or equal to, and the variable also you need not to write. If you click on repository, you will see that variable currently. Just select this, so you will get year less than or equal to variable name. So the value will be passed automatically to this variable, and whatever the report you are developing. Earlier I passed calendar year, right? So that's the reason I got the filter as calendar year. Right now, if you upload the RPD and if you recheck one more time, you will get per name year less than or equal to 2020. This is clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is called dynamic variable. Few examples: year, calendar month, calendar date, organization name. Example, company organization name. Across everyone, it will be the same organization, company name, basically. So in that cases, we go using repository dynamic. And what is static? Basically, it's a fixed value. Basically, this we use for username or any one of the place where like language equal to some value, language filter. Everywhere I want this common value to be passed as a filter, then we use that. Clear? Example, I am defining a static variable. Let me check this. What are the? Give me 1 second. New analysis. Give me 1 second. It's okay. New analysis. Let's go for BSLs. Let me see couple of columns. See, there is a currency column. Basically, we don't pass for currency. Okay, language is the one. But here, as I have different data, let's see what is the example of static. Okay, now I want always in the report, I am passing this filter currency equal to USD. This filter I am passing across hundreds of reports. Whatever the report I am developing, I want to pass this filter manually. So here, okay, we passed in all 100 reports currency equal to USD. But if they asked us to change this USD to some other value, then you have to go all 100 reports and you have to edit that. So in this situation, what we will do, it is not a value coming from a select statement. If it is coming from a select statement, then it is a dynamic value. We will get through select statement initialization block, but it is a fixed value you are writing. So in this case, what we have to do, just you have to create a static variable. Okay, currency. Okay, then static, it will not have any initialization block. Whatever the value wanted, you can assign USD. Okay, now you can upload this. So this is got uploaded. So I can show you. Yes, it's got uploaded. Then let's see that example. Let's see here. Let me go back. What is the data model analysis? PA sales. Okay. Before doing that, sorry, I have to reload. I have to reload. Sorry, I have to reload. Sorry. Reload files and metadata. Then let us test the static variable now. New analysis, and let's go for BA sales. You can take the couple of columns, whatever you wanted. Example, I'm taking customer column, customer name, and I'm taking couple of columns from the sales order level. Okay, example, order number, bill number, order status. Okay, order type, and and some measures and measures. Let's take few measures. Number of orders. There is no number of orders basically. Discount value and revenue. Okay, we did not define aggregation. Let's define that ourselves. Just write some. Basically, we write this, we define this at RPD level. Okay, but for now, so this shows each customer base what are the orders are there basically. Okay, and now I can pass the filter here. More filter. So they are asking us to pass this filter called currency everywhere. Then you can store the value inside a variable, add more options, repository variable. Then what is the name? What is the name of the variable? What variable we created for that? Not identity variable, sorry. This currency. Okay, now click on it. It will always show USD data. Clear? Now, if you change this value, example, I'm saving this report, customer sales report. Where exactly you want to save this inside a sales, customer sales. And I want to pass this inside a dashboard called sales dashboard. I want to pass here. Sales. Clear? If they're asking us to change this USD to different value. Okay, if they're asking us to change the USD to a different value, then you can change the value inside a static variable. For example, What are the values you have in that currency? Let's check first. What are the values you are having in that currency? Okay. Now this is showing USD. This is showing USD. Okay. Now let me change that to AUD. Now you need not to modify the report. Basically, AUD. Just change the value AUD. Okay. Now I modified the currency filter. Upload the RPD. Clear? Now go to this dashboard. What we have to do first? First we have to administration and reload that. Reload that. Okay. What is the step? Yes. But you have changed the value to what? Currency, which did not get changed. Which did not get changed. Are you seeing? Even if you do sign out, click on sign in. And check the dashboard. If you want, you can check the variable, what value is there. Variable is having what value right now. If you want, you can check the variable is having. It is showing USD. I pass the filter as USD now. Let me check. I pass the filter as USD or variable. I pass the filter as variable. Let me cross check one more time. Check the filter. See, currency variable I passed. If you want, you can check the currency is having what value. Now, how to check that? Edit formula. You can go to variable and you can check the repository one. You can select and write the currency. CURL. This is the variable we have. You have the variable, then it doesn't work. See. But this is still showing AUD data. Sorry, USD data. So what we have to do? Manage sessions. Close all cursors. Okay, this is caching management. What is that? Cache. You should clear the cache. So now go to sales. Clear? This is clear already.
Yeah.
Now you see, this is clear. Okay, let's leave this. Let's remove the filter now. Let's remove the filter now. Okay, let's remove the filter. Sorry, remove this currency filter. You understood the static, right? Yeah, and I will show you one more example for the user also, user perspective. Let's create a db user variable, db user. Okay, and I can assign the value called BA sample. Okay, now wherever I'm using BA sample, I can use db user inside the connection. Example, this is a connection. My sorry, DWH is there, this one, and this one, what connection we have? BA sample. You can use here instead of BA sample, you can use DB user. BA sample, yeah. And this particular is pointing to data warehouse. Okay. Now upload this RPD. Upload this RPD. So if you have any issue, basically right now, you cannot click on import metadata. Oh, syntax is missing. Sorry, syntax is missing. You cannot write the directly. The variable syntax is value, VALUE, sorry, value of, this is the syntax of the variable. You cannot write the variable name directly. We should write the syntax. Okay. Yeah. Right click here, import metadata. This variable will execute and it will consider as a variable, and instead of using the variable, it has to use the value inside that variable. But right now it will not use that. If you right click on the connection, it doesn't use that. Okay. Only this thing will work in the backend. It will work in the backend. Whenever you are running any reports while establishing the connection to this particular database, it will use the value which is present inside this variable instead of using the what we call as a text. Instead of considering this as a text, it will use the value which is behind that. So we need to upload one more time. Yeah, I saved it, right? Okay. Let me cross check the syntax one more time. Okay, value of syntax, just I want to cross check. Oh, sorry, I missed. It should be values without, okay, the syntax. One. I guess with that also it works, I guess. Give me 1 second. No, it's not working. Value of, okay. Save this. Now, if you have any issue with this, whenever you are developing this particular presentation subject is pointing to which physical connection, you can see here. Connection, 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 connection. Okay, you can point to physical table also, physical schema. Yeah. So whatever the tables you are, whatever the reports you are developing is this data model, it should point to this connection. So if anything goes wrong, it throws error. Okay. Now we uploaded, then what we have to do? Just reload it. Reload files and metadata. Otherwise, sign out and sign in. Now click on new analysis and select your, what is the data model? Sales. It should throw error if your variable doesn't have a value or if it is not reading as a variable. Okay. Taking customer name. Clear? Now see here, manage variable. Instead of BA sample, I'm providing a wrong user. This is a wrong user. BA sample one is a wrong user. Now it has to throw error. Okay. Now upload this RPD. This is clear what I'm trying to explain. One is it? Administration. Reload files and metadata. new analysis, sales, take any one of the cost column, birth date, customer name. Yeah, it throwing error. Connection to database is failed. This is clear, Mona? Hello, Mona, please, if you respond, then I can pick the next topic. Hello, hello, Mona, are you there? Mona, are you there? Hello.